everyone, it's Taylor from ELLE.com. Today I'm going to walk you through the different formulas of foundation as well as the tools and how to get a flawless application. The two most common foundation formulas are powder and liquid, and while you can get different coverages with each one, the application is generally the same. Starting with the tinted moisturizer, which is one of the most common foundations, I'm going to show you how to get a really smooth, even finish by using a rubber sponge. Now the reason I like a rubber sponge as opposed to a foam sponge is that you can wash these ones and keep reusing them. You're also going to get less bacteria spread on the face, and it's not going to suck up most of your product, which means you're going to get more bang for your buck. First, wipe on the foundation for an even layer all over the skin. We're going to go back over it for a little bit more coverage in spots we need it in a second. Now, once you have it on, but you may have spots on your face that need a little bit more coverage, you're going to go back in with the sponge, and we're going to use a stippling effect. That means we're going to pick up the foundation on the end of the sponge, and we're going to gently press into any areas on the skin that need a little bit more coverage. Now when it comes to a liquid foundation, which is a foundation that's probably found in most people's makeup bags, I prefer to use a fluffier brush. So I like to start by putting the foundation on the back of my hand. Again, that's going to give me more control with coverage, as well as make sure that I don't pick up too much foundation. I like to start in the center of the face near the T-zone. A lot of women are more red in that area, and they don't need to put too much foundation on the outside of their face. One of my favorite foundations is one that's not well known amongst a lot of people. I really like a creamy moisturizing foundation that comes in a compact. And the reason I like these ones is because you can get a really sheer coverage without too much cakiness on the skin. I like to use it just where I need it, which is right around the nose, usually on my cheekbones and on my chin. I really like formulas like this for people who would normally use a tinted moisturizer, somebody that has very dry skin or just needs a little bit of coverage, but doesn't like the liquid formulas. Once you've applied your liquid foundation, you're going to want to set it with a translucent powder. Make sure that whichever powder you're using doesn't have a lot of pigment in it, or else it'll just sit on top of your foundation and look cakey and blotchy. I like to use a loose powder, but they also come in a compact formula. You want to work the product into the brush by smearing it around on the top of the lid. And then you just want to go in and pat over wherever you've applied the foundation. And I like to just use patting motions when I'm applying. And there you have it. Powder foundations are one of the most popular foundations out on the market now, and that's mainly attributed to the popularity of the mineral powders. Today I'm going to show you two different kinds of powder foundations, a loose and a pressed, and show you how to get the best coverage so that they don't look dry and cakey on your skin. I do not recommend a powder foundation for anyone with dry skin. It's just going to settle into any fine lines, pick up any flakiness in the skin, and make you look a lot drier than you are. I'm going to be applying the loose mineral powder with the same brush we used to apply the liquid foundation. And using the lid of the compact, we're going to make sure that it gets into the brush really, really good. And I'm just going to use small circular motions to blend the foundation into the skin. While some people might like to use a bigger brush and pick up more powder as they go, but you're just going to get less control of how you're applying the powder. The cool thing about mineral and loose powder foundations is that you can apply a very sheer layer and keep on going to get a more full coverage. Now, while a lot of people like a compact powder foundation for how easy it is to apply, I don't recommend it for most skin types. It works really well for somebody who has more normal to smooth skin, since it'll sort of just sit on top of the skin. Now, while you can definitely use a brush to apply these, I actually do recommend using the sponge that it comes with. Just make sure that you switch the sponge out at least once a month, if not twice a month. So hopefully you learned some great tips and tricks on how to not only pick out the best foundation formula for your skin type, but how to get a flawless application. So head over to ELLE.com to get more beauty video how-tos.